Ever wondered why we don't fall off the edge? The flat earth theory, a controversial belief that the earth is flat rather than spherical, has been a subject of much debate. According to this theory, instead of a globe, we live on a flat disk surrounded by a giant ice wall. But it defies basic laws of physics and contradicts ample empirical evidence, making it highly impractical. In fact, belief in such theories can sometimes be a manifestation of psychological stress or clear depression, as it may indicate a profound distrust in prevailing scientific understanding. But today, we unravel the evidence that undeniably proves our planet is indeed spherical. It all starts with the ancient Greeks. Around 2,500 years ago, the philosopher Pythagoras proposed that the earth was a sphere. But it wasn't until Eratosthenes, a Greek mathematician, provided the known measurements of the Earth's circumference that this theory began to gain ground. Using simple geometry and the angle of shadows, Eratosthenes calculated the Earth's circumference with remarkable accuracy. As we dive deeper into the flat Earth theory, it's important to consider the psychological implications behind these beliefs. It's not just about defying the laws of physics or rejecting empirical evidence, but it can often be a manifestation of deeper psychological issues. Conspiracy theories like these can be a coping mechanism, an attempt to make sense of a world that feels overwhelmingly complex. It can also be a sign of clear depression, as it may indicate a profound distrust in prevailing scientific understanding. This distrust can lead to isolation, perpetuating a cycle of negative thoughts and feelings. If you or someone you know harbors such beliefs, it's crucial to seek professional help. Remember, it's not about proving someone wrong, but about understanding and addressing the root of these beliefs. As we continue our journey into the evidence of Earth's spherical shape, let's keep this in mind. Before we dive into the evidence of our spherical world, let's take a step back. The idea of a flat Earth, a belief held by many in ancient times, still persists today. This theory, interestingly enough, highlights the fascinating power of human psychology, reminding us how strongly we can hold on to beliefs even in the face of overwhelming evidence. In contrast to this, the ancient Greeks were the pioneers in seeing our world differently, proposing the theory of a spherical Earth. Now, as we leap into the modern age, with technology advancing at an unprecedented rate, we find further substantiation. Satellite images from space agencies around the globe consistently show Earth as a sphere. Before diving into the evidence provided by lunar eclipses and airplane flight paths, let's take a moment to touch on the psychological implications of subscribing to the flat Earth theory. This belief not only contradicts visual evidence and scientific consensus, but can also have significant effects on an individual's perception of reality and truth. Now, onto fascinating phenomenon of lunar eclipses. Only possible when the Earth, situated between the Sun and the Moon, casts a round shadow on the Moon. The round shadow is compelling evidence of a spherical Earth. And what about airplanes? Have you ever pondered why flight trajectories are often curved on the map? This is attributed to a principle known as great circles. The shortest distance between 2 points on a sphere is not a straight line on the map, but a great circle route. This route seems curved when on a flat surface, further indicating a spherical Earth. Before we delve into the fascinating topics of lunar eclipses and flight paths, let's spare a moment to revisit the psychological implications of adhering to the flat Earth theory. Now, as we understand, Sir Isaac Newton's law of universal gravitation makes it clear that every point mass attracts every other point mass. This force causes our Earth, due to its substantial size, to pull everything towards its center, giving it a spherical form. Those who believe in the flat Earth theory, however, have to wrestle with the cognitive dissonance created by denying this basic scientific fact. It's an intriguing study of how beliefs can shape our perception of the world. Now let's carry on with our original discussion. So, to summarize, the Earth is a sphere, and we have ample evidence to prove it. From the ancient calculations of Eratosthenes to modern satellite images, from the phenomenon of lunar eclipses to the concept of great circles in aviation. Now, Before we delve into discussing Newton's law of universal gravitation, let's pause for a moment and consider the psychological implications of believing in the flat Earth theory. It's a belief that often stems from a deep-seated distrust in authorities and established knowledge. It's not just about the shape of the Earth, but also about how we perceive, trust, and question information. Understanding this mindset helps to contextualize such radically different worldviews, even when they contradict scientific consensus. Once we digest this, we can continue our exploration of compelling evidence for a spherical Earth. Finally, to Newton's law of universal gravitation. The belief in the flat Earth theory often carries deep psychological implications, influencing how one perceives the world and interprets scientific evidence. In the face of such overwhelming evidence, the flat Earth theory crumbles. It's important to challenge theories and ask questions, but it's equally vital to recognize and accept the answers when they are clear and well supported. The Earth is round, and that's a fact we can all stand on, literally.